Hey everybody, Daniel Aronson here. We got the pre-production copy of the Island of El Dorado, and it is so exciting. I wanted to get a few games in before showing you so I could get a little more feel of what I want to change in gameplay, because looking at things and playing with them are a little bit different. So I wanted to get a couple games in, and here it is. So the point of this video is to show you everything in this box up close, every detail, little tweaks that I want to make the game exactly perfect how we all want it to be. We want it to be this luxurious, beautiful game that everybody wants on their table, and that's what we got to do. These little tiny tweaks are going to bring it up to that next level. This is the prototype from Panda. They make this one by hand. The other ones are all going to be mass-produced, obviously, but this one's made by hand, and because it's made by hand, it has a few little flaws that the mass production copies will not have. So here it is. We have the foil on the top here. We have foil on the sides. We actually unlocked metallic ink during the Kickstarter campaign, but I upgraded it to foil just because the box is black and it needs that pop right in the middle, and it really is worth it. I'm so happy that we did that. I was so excited to open this box because I saw the gift like you guys did of the box opening and the art inside. I knew it was coming, but it's so much better in person, so here we go. So beautiful. You guys voted on this. There were 3 pieces. There was a water, a gold, and then this one. This one was voted upon, and this was actually my personal favorite, so I'm so happy you guys. That was my vote too. All right, so now let's go piece by everything in this box. There's 2 things missing from the box currently. The plastic insert, they don't do that until we're done with all of the prototyping, so they know exactly what size everything should be, so everything fits in nice and snug. And the other thing we're missing are the dice. The dice, they're going to be sending that to me in a week, and I'll send another update so you guys can see those. They're going to be really awesome. Here is, we have 5 bags. So here, this is the bag. There's a few little tweaks on the bag itself that I want to make. So originally the strings were out to about here, and I cut them at home. I asked Panda to pull them back in, just so then when you open the bag, there isn't that extra. It's just not necessary to add stuff to the box that isn't needed. And the other thing is, so my fingers are where the components are right now. There's a lot of extra space in the bag. So we're just gonna shrink it up a little bit, add some more space in the box to just make it more elegant. The names on the outside are beautiful, especially because they match up with the player cards. So you get your player card, you look in the box, you grab the strings that are that color, perfect. I know you've seen all of the pieces in the last update, and I mentioned in the last update a few tweaks to these, but they are so awesome. Playing with these little explorers, it just adds so much story to the game. Like for this one, for example, Pedro, he's running into the cave, he's attacking a giant, and he looks like he's attacking a giant. He's not just a wooden little pawn. So that's the bags and the pieces. Next up, we have the punch boards. So the punch boards have tiles and these player cards all on the same punch board. There were a few things I was super worried about when we first got these. This biggest thing of note is these notches. I was worried about these for a little bit, but I called Panda and they assured me that it is just a prototype thing. They're not gonna have those notches in the final version. One thing I noticed with the punch boards is that they were very, very thick. When you start the game, you start with all the tiles in a stack, and the stack was very tall. They're just too thick. They're clunky and kind of obnoxious, actually. During the Kickstarter campaign, we unlocked the stretch goal of 2.5 millimeters to add luxury to the game and to make them more durable and just feel a lot better, but we actually overshot that, I think, a little bit. Pulling them back a 0.5 millimeter or so will actually make them more luxurious and feel even better with the whole game. The punch boards also included these Explorer cards, double-sided, and actually all of the punch boards have this linen finish on them, and the back of them is going to be metallic ink, so that's something that's not in this. It's going to be a little shimmer on all this text. Really excited about that. These, where there's not too much to change about this, they were going to tweak the colors. I talked about that in the last update. We're going to tweak this blue to be a little bit darker. This green is going to be a little less neon. We're just going to pull them all in so it matches the whole rest of the game. Resource cards. These turned out great. They are really smooth. There's a nice linen finish on all of them. And they're a great thickness. They don't feel chintzy. They don't feel too thick. I have no changes with this. The only thing that we're gonna tweak is the color, but we already talked about that. It's gonna be the metallic ink that's on the back of the tile, so it's all gonna match together. These polyresin shrines blew me away. When all the ones we were using in the prototype are all 3D printed, and they feel like garbage now compared to this. These are heavier, they're just, you hear that? They are so weighty. They hit the ground, they hit perfectly on the tile. The detail is just incredible, and the wash, I honestly don't know how they did this. You can see the steps on the shrine. There's these little windows in here. I honestly had no idea they would get this detailed with it, and I didn't know it was possible. These components are so important to the experience of the game. Instead of just finding a tile on a table, now you are finding a shrine in the middle of an island, and that is pretty exciting. So that's the whole game. The polyresin shrines, the resource cards, the tiles, the pieces, the bags, they all come together in this beautiful box to create a gaming experience. From all of us at the El Dorado team, thank you, thank you, thank you for making this dream that was just in our heads a reality. I'm holding on to the dream right now. We have it, it's right here. I am so excited to share it with you guys and get it on your table too.